Again, it's all invisible work, so therefore I'm talking about something that's going to sound very concrete and very archetypal, but these are not archetypes. These are really where we come from. They represent our standards, our points of view that came in with us, not the things that we've picked up since we've been here. So first off, we're going to start here with Miss Leslie Clayton, and she is both a Pilates instructor and she owns her own studio here in Atlanta. So she is a unicorn that speaks through the mental doorway. And what I mean about that, the unicorn nature, these are the most gentle spirits on the planet. And I'm not referring to the fact that they look like a horse that's got a poking thing off their nail. I'm talking to the energy they are. They are gracious, they're kind, they're serene, and they literally thrive in the making of their own version of the world, which I call their magical forest. So if you're inclined at all to get back into your exercise or think, oh gosh, Belle, I couldn't possibly go, I haven't exercised for 20 years, this is the place to come. You have so much safety, you have so much support, and all the instructors here, because intuitively, Leslie has brought in somebody of every essence. So you're going to resonate. You're going to resonate with them as a family, and you may even find one you really resonate because they're emanating that inner part of you that you want to bring forward. So I just want to invite you that Miss Leslie here is a very, very dear, dear, dear friend to me, and I'm just going to ask her a question and we'll let her share it from her words. So Leslie, if I were to ask you just how the finding out of your essence and experiencing your essence and what base of communication, how has that influenced you in the building of your studio here and expanding your business?
Thank you. I think, there you go. I've known Jeanie for about 17 years, right about the time when I started the studio. And the news that she brought to my world was very helpful to me because the world was a scary place to me, and it still can be kind of scary out there. I get startled easily, and I like to hide. So what Jeanie brought me was the perspective that I can live in this world but not of it, and that when I can create my own safety and my own magical forest or kingdom through my business or through my home or my relationships with my friends and family, that from that place I can feel as safe and free and fun-loving as I need to be. And sometimes,
Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Over the years, I can recognize that the permission that her work has given me to play at life from the magical and the mystical places has given me a lot of creativity in building my business, permission to do something a little different than other people are doing maybe, not have to do it the same way other people are doing it. And it's kept me animating my life through nature and through the elements, and it's taken me on a journey that I've found natural rhythms, and I use the elements to help me. That's earth, air, fire, water, spirit, that invisible realm, to help me navigate and build my business further and develop my relationships. And through the many different forms of exercise we have here, I think that we can accommodate many different kinds of people, many different needs in our community, and that's important to me. And building safety is also. So.
That's wonderful. Thank you. And I want to go on to say that she's currently contemplating expanding her business because there are lots of people that want to come in a group environment. We all do one-on-one at times, but in a group environment, it often is more financially available to us, and you're there with other people. And I know all of us appreciate that feeling. If we're going to be doing exercise or something, that we have others around us that are also in that same process. I know it boosts me up. And she did mention, but she also does Qigong and other spiritual activities. So it's not just the physical, it's not just the mental, and not even just the emotional. She knows that we're all linked to whatever this is. We're linked to nature, we're linked to each other, we're linked to ourselves, we're linked to the world, animals. So she allows us to experience that link as a wholeness. And she's into health and wellness through food, through, meditation, a lot of different things that, somebody might not think that a Pilates studio, but the truth is there's nothing to limit you here, and every opportunity to really feel very, very good inside and have a good and happy life. So thank you, Leslie.
Thank you.
Yay. So now we're moving over here to our left, and now we're with Miss Donna Riley. And well, I don't know we don't look alike, but believe it or not, we're the same essence. That's what I'm saying, you know, it's not like we're all looking the same or everybody who is angelic is all the same way. There's tendencies, there's ways of being. So in the wizard, well, gosh golly, all I can say for us is thank God our friends love us. Thank God they forgive us because we are a piece of work because we can't help it. We are eclectic, we are untrainable at times, we operate outside the box. But at the same time, we have a little bit of all 6 essences running daily in us, not even just as an idea, because of course, everybody is everything. And when I refer to these essences, let me give you all 6. You got angelic, wizard, Elvian, unicorn, fairy, and dwarvian. And I say it that way because she's wizard, but her underbelly is angelic. Over here, Miss Leslie is unicorn, but the underbelly she spoke of, the fun, the play, helps her be more in her unicorn gracious nature. And of course, Miss Fairy over here, who we know is light and delightful, has the base of the dwarvian nature. And I want to let you know I'm using magical terms, not because, you know, we look like any of these creatures. Several of my dwarvian friends go, I don't want to be dwarvian. That sounds horrible. And I said, honestly, these are the best looking people on the planet. These are the people you see in the, you know, the models, because they're very good lookers, men and women. And this whole program isn't based on women. I got women here today, I could have 3 men and tell you the same news. So anyway, we're going to go back over here. So as a wizard, we have to stir things up. We have to live out loud, particularly being emotionally based. So for us being wizard and emotionally based, I can't tell you the number of times in school I was the one that got in trouble because my voice carried. I might have been talking to 3 other people, but I was the one singled out because, of course, you could hear me a block down the road. So anyway, but we're just laughing about ourselves, but we're really appreciative of the fact that we don't always know what's up with us. So we're grateful that our friends are kind and generous and forgive us. So anyway, I want to say a little bit about Donna as also a Pilates instructor here at the studio. And I am telling you, she's all about passion and adventure. So if you're ready to rev yourself up, go to a whole nother level that you never even thought possible, because not one of your workouts will be the same. Not that any of them are, but for sure you will find yourself in a brand new world with all of her support, all of her joy. And she's just here to have you be the best possible person you want to be. So I'm going to give her a minute to say, if I ask you the question, because I've worked with all 3 of these ladies, what would you say about your essence? What has being your essence done to help you accept how you are as a wizard nature?
Well, it's so funny because I have always been one of those people that had the need to stir things up. And when I met Jeanie and she said, well, of course, that's what you're supposed to be doing. I was like, really? It was so validating and so gave me so much hope because, like you said, we're the ones sort of always being too loud, getting in trouble, you know, pushing the button, pushing people further. So Jeanie uses the term tough love with the wizards, and that's, you know, kind of always been my thing. You know, yes, it's love, but it's tough love. And it's the only way you can get stronger and better and grow. And touche, right? And anyway, so it sort of allowed me, most of my life, I've obviously known these things about myself, but I've been either punished or ridiculed or held back for them. So when working with this essence and sort of having the permission, if you will, to sort of be me and to know that that is why I'm here, that if my energy isn't here, things stay the same, nothing changes. Someone like me does need to sort of rock the boat a little bit to make change happen. And that was fabulous for me because since I was a really young teacher, I've always said, I just want a breakthrough moment. Every session, I just want one little thing to happen. If nothing happens, I'm going to be bored out of my mind. I need something to happen. And sometimes I also recognize it can be too much for people, so I appreciate that Jeannie's been helping me to sort of understand that I do have all 6 essences and that there is that part of me that can be, you know, like Leslie as well, or like Janine as well. But at the core of it, that energy to sort of like live out loud and sort of be that sort of fullest version of myself has been really powerful and helpful and helping me to feel more confident and understanding that that is my value. So much so that after I had my first session with her and I did a teacher training soon after that, I just said to them very clearly up front that I will teach you the information and you will be completely covered and skilled in the information by the time we're done, but quite frankly that bores me. So I want to do more for you. And I just said if you're willing to go on the journey with me, I work intuitively, I go with what happens, but I'd love to help you be a better teacher and learn a little bit more about yourself. And you know, if you go with me, I know something will happen and we can have some big breakthroughs. And it was amazing, very emotional for me because it was very satisfying. I hadn't always given myself permission to fully go there. I had always sort of held myself back to sort of follow the curriculum. And yet I'd leave there like, oh God, I'm going to go crazy. It's so boring today. so anyway, so it's really, really building my confidence, allowing me to sort of show up more fully in the world as who I am. And like Jeannie said, constantly asking for forgiveness because I'm typically talking over somebody or saying something too loud. Or I was just talking, Leslie the other day had to pull me aside and say, you know, Donna, you probably shouldn't be rolling your eyes when you're upset that people didn't put their things away. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, sorry. You know, so it's always appreciation. We have these wonderful friends, and I think too, just all knowing the essences of each other helps so tremendously with understanding that my intention isn't malicious, that I'm not evil or mean or angry at other people. It's just me expressing and emoting, and that's what I do. And when Leslie hides, it's not that she's avoiding us or she doesn't like us anymore. She just needs that to sort of rejuvenate and that kind of thing. So it's been really great. It's been really great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well,